Welcome in, everybody. It's the...
Coach, it's a pretty frigid December day in our nation's capital. We got our space heaters on full blast up in the booth at FedEx Field. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Cleveland Browns and the Washington Redskins.
Come on, baby. Let's go!
On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The #1 pick, Myles Garrett, coming in to drop him.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
On play action, Haskins. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down. And for this offense, yellow highlighter around Trent Williams.
As well there should be. A Pro Bowl, all-pro type of a left tackle. So mobile, you could also see him as a tight end.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Myles Garrett in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. James now to return. A good return there, 17 yards.
Let's go.
And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10.
Check 15, check 15. Say, 25.
Now the Auburn product, Corey Grant. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Watch it. Check 24.
Mayfield to throw it. On the move to his left. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That goes for a gain of 31.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game.
He's crossing. He's checking crowd.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The Redskins on 3rd down, putting an extra man here in the secondary.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver. Point it right. I'm coming for you. Tight end.
They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
Yeah, one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed them to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Yeah, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
Now on 2nd and 13, Haskins, and he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. From the gun, Haskins on third down. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Well, that was their 3rd sack of the ball game. 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon. That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Meanwhile, checking in on what's going on in Baltimore. And the Steelers there out to an early lead. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10.
Hey, high 7. King. Check 56. Come on, boy. Come on, boy. You better be ready. Don't be scared of it. Point it right. No.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain.
Set the tone, defense. Hey, alert. Dudes. Rush in.
And some room to roam now. 20. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 35.
This is one of those plays that could go either way, but we've seen the influence of the college game now in the NFL, where we're seeing more and more of these plays run, and that one went for a big gain.
So now, following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10.
51. I know he ain't got it. Watch the ship.
Mayfield. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. This will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Alert. Let's bring it. Hey, alert 33. Check out.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they'll see what they can do on 3rd and goal. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Now a give right side. It's Grant, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Corey Grant, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
Well, they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
And the kicker, this has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Now on 2nd and 13. Haskins. And the Browns' pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Haskins will throw. He completes this one to Mack. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
On 2nd and 12, Haskins, and that's incomplete. Greedy Williams, the rookie out of LSU, there to knock it away. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Off the play fake, here's Haskins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sheldon Richardson, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
On the return, it's James. Officially, that'll be a 63-yard punt. Well done. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Heading out is the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A run there on 1st down and a pretty good one at 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Watch out.
Second and 5. At the 16-yard line.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. They go play action here on 1st down. And now he'll tuck it and run. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Check 99. Check 99. Real. Check. Slam.
He'll have a 1st down past the 40. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And all all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. There aren't any speed limits out there, and off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and that makes our score 17-0. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really, really turning in an incredible performance. And that sack certainly just strengthening his candidacy for Defensive Player of the Year. You think he's got that one in the bag yet?
I'm not willing to vote quite yet just because I want to wait till the season's over, but he is really tracking towards it. Just look at all the great plays we've seen from him throughout the season. Strength plays that you referenced there, as well as agility plays. They just have not found a way to block him consistently.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's it. Haskins hit, and he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for a Browns TD. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. In second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Myles Garrett in there for a milestone sack. That's number 150 of his great career. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
Watch the whip.
Final play of the half. It's Haskins. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting. We now proceed to the start of the second half. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Browns offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. Well, we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position number 1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. The prevailing message in each and every one of them was what? Win the division.
Win the division.
Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things, but winning the division is paramount. You're right. They won't step off the gas here.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Alert, alert! Alert, alert! You got tight. Regular, regular, regular. Kill, 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 kill. I got you.
And He's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf. A big play that time for Cleveland. One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they come together, had a plan, and stuck to it. And when you get big-time runs like that, it makes it easier to stay with it, doesn't it?
Hurry, hurry! Undercut!
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Bang, 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 bang. Watch the twitch. Watch the twitch.
Mayfield down. They'll roll him out right. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Calvin Ridley, his 11th touchdown of the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So he scrambled right, but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
That's fielded at the 8-yard line. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. There's Baker Mayfield as he and the Browns offense comes back out. How do you think he personally is evaluating his game so far? He was pretty good in the first half, been good so far here in the 3rd quarter. He's got to like it, right?
Not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire in terms of stats. It's almost like you're driving. Hands at 10 and 2, alert for anything out there, watching for trouble on the road, and making sure you get the team home.
The bus driver. See if we can drive the bus here again on this drive.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Hey, let's go. Point it right, point it right, point it right. Check curls, check curls, check curls. 51's Mike. Mike 51. I don't think you got it, son.
From the 31, Mayfield being chased out left. Completes it to Aguilar. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
On 1st down, it's Hunt. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd down, it's Grant. Past the 20. A big play that time for Cleveland. 44 yards on the ground.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And what can they do here on 2nd and goal? 3 red zone trips so far have yielded 2 touchdowns and a field goal.
Kings! Hurry!
They'll try to run with Hunt. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. On 2nd and goal, the lone man in the backfield is Hunt.
Check 43. Check 37. Check 37.
Back now at FedEx Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. On 2nd and goal, the lone man in the backfield is Hunt.
Kill. Turn up. Real. Slam. Shift. Watch the shift.
He's going to get it running right. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? Heavy? Alert! Regular. Switch. Check 24. Check 24.
On 3rd down, here's Hunt. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Kareem Hunt. Touchdown number 15 of the year as his guys continue to pour it on. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now it's Haskins. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett in there yet again. They just cannot block him. He now has 8 sacks, and that is a new single-game record.
Cut his left.
Now Haskins, 3rd and long. Complete. Richardson has it. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Call that a very strong gain of 24. They run the draw play with Mack. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. To throw on 2nd and 6. Haskins. Open man is Quinn. He completes it. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 40. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now. Right at the... And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. In for the sack, Myles Garrett. He is proving his worth defensively. Getting the sack here, that comes after being named the AFC Defensive Player of the Week for his performance in last week's game.
He's stacking games together, isn't he? I mean, you just mentioned what he did the previous week to be named AFC Defensive Player of the Week. Continuing to play at that level. And when you get that kind of confidence going, those kind of guys are hard to stop.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. That's going to be caught by Richardson. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to 4th down.
Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett, and this Browns defense stands tall. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
The Browns drive about to get started. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Run. Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Hey, wahoo! 56 is the mic. No gain on this defense, no gain. Slam. Pistol. Switch.
Well, the lead late in the 4th, but Mayfield's going to throw it. He finds Taylor, complete. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 22-yard line. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Mayfield now 13 of 15 passing. That's good for 87%. It's 1st and 10.
King.
Throwing, Mayfield. Sliding out of the pocket. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head. But
that's
the
about
virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
That game's gone final, by the way, down in New Orleans. And the Cowboys have wound up winning that one. If they indeed win, it would be win number 9 on the season. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They are down big. They have not scored a single point. I don't know. Are they so under pressure? They got him again. Myles Garrett. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Here's Haskins to throw. Got a man. That's Quinn. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Cleveland, the win.